I give up. Oh, wait. I think it's working. Yep. I hadn't muted it.
So much time getting it ready. Could have been done by now.
This is so fucking stupid. Okay. We're just gonna wing it. So, hopefully you guys can hear me. It looks like the captions are working, so that probably means it's working. We watched today, Tuesday, we watched the Karen Reed trial, obviously, and today was a voir dire of expert witnesses for the defense, which means, so the jury was off today, and the voir dire, basically that means that they bring in these expert witnesses. There was a motion on the floor by the Commonwealth to exclude these witnesses because they were claiming that the defense violated Rule 14 or Rule 4, I don't remember. It was just a bunch of bullshit, but whatever. So the voir dire enables the defense and the Commonwealth to basically interview these witnesses on the stand, and the judge can determine whether she wants to include their testimony, include the evidence, or put restrictions on what they can and can't talk about. There's, I guess, different ways to skin the cat. So today, the defense had 3 witnesses on that ran circles around any witness that has ever showed up for the prosecution thus far. These 3 expert witnesses have mounds of credibility and credentials, but I want to talk about one specifically, and I'm going to play the video of her testimony today. And I think her name was Dr. Russell. She's from California. She has been studying, I mean, so many, her resume is like a mile long, and she was a police officer for a while. She's done, forensics. It's turned out that she has specialized in, determining animal bites, mostly dogs. And she actually reached out to the defense through, an attorney general out in California, and then was contacted. She was put in touch with the defense so that she was hoping she could help shed some light, because she knew there was a controversy on whether or not the scratches on John O'Keefe's arm were from a dog bite or from a car accident, which almost none of us are convinced they're from the car accident, because the polycarbonate light, it's just pretty much shatterproof. I mean, it's even hard to hit it with a hammer. But the Commonwealth is doubling down on that theory. It's absolutely absurd. There's no scientific evidence. And the woman even today was on the stand giving her credentials as she was asked, and then explaining why she thought these were dog bites. So it was actually, in my opinion, I'm going to use the word riveting. I mean, I don't know how you felt, Dan, but she was so educated and so brilliant to watch. She's a lot older. Is she retired now?
She is retired.
Okay.
Let's go back to the chapter 14.3, whatever it was. And
yeah. What
that does is, I was reading into it, that makes, that's when you violate that means that that the prosecution or the defense, either case, is harboring and holding back evidence or a witness or something of magnitude.
Doing something wrong, basically. Yeah.
It's a violation, doing something wrong, and they have to prove that they're doing something wrong. But in this case, Jackson and the defense did not hold back anything. It's what this is in place to prevent is
the Rule 14.
the Rule 14 or violation or whatever it is. I wish I had my notes with me. That makes it so they can't sneak attack. They can't come up with them. They can't present that at the last second and sneak attack them from a different angle and catch them off by surprise. And it has to do with discovery and whatnot.
Right.
But what I just wanted to get that out there so people understand what that means and why.
Right. And so basically the Commonwealth is accusing the defense of hiding evidence and hoarding evidence until the last minute, which they're not. This witness contacted the defense on her own at the 11th hour in May. I think it was May 17th. So well into the trial, she's like, well, wait a minute.
So a friend of Jackson's reached out to, without Jackson even knowing.
Right.
A friend of Jackson's in LA County reached out to this woman saying, hey, there's a really big deal going on out there. There's a big controversy.
No, I think she reached out to her friend who knew Jackson.
That's not correct.
Because she saw the Boston Globe article.
That's not correct.
Well, she said that.
No, she did not say that. I'm sorry. Listen, listen. The guy reached out to her and said, there's a big controversy. I think you might be able to help with this. Would you look into this? Then he went back and told Jackson that she would. And then Jackson went back and contacted her.
Right.
So it wasn't her reading a Boston Globe article and saying, I want to help, and went straight to Jackson. It was... She did mention the Globe article at the end, though. Yeah, she said that
How did she learn about it?
Right. She said that she had seen some headlines previously before the interaction.
Yeah.
So that's...
Just once. She said she saw one Boston Globe article coming through her email, and she was like, oh, it's such a controversy, and she didn't know anything about the case, but she was put in touch with Jackson at the very last minute, gratefully, so that she could provide her expertise for this controversy. It shouldn't even be a controversy, but it is. And people are so set on these scratch marks being from the polycarbonate light encasement on the Lexus, which is... It's the physics behind that. I mean, the Mass State Police Trooper Paul miserably didn't explain, but he tried to explain how John O'Keefe was hit by a car. But he was not successful. He was not credentialed. He has no experience. He took a couple of classes. That's about it. He could barely speak to it. He doesn't know the laws of physics. It was embarrassing. But he doubled down on it because that's his job. And so the defense is bringing in these overly qualified witnesses, one of which was hired by the FBI, which I think the DOJ actually he announced on the stand, which, I mean, the Commonwealth has to be shitting their pants, which is why they're fighting this. They don't want these people to speak.
Yeah, that's why they have these motions in place to discredit them or to throw them out and not be used in the trial or even testify at all.
Right.
There's absolutely no reason. Jackson even said it today that if anything, these are overqualified, highly qualified witnesses, specialists in their field, and any witness that's been called from the Commonwealth has not been of that stature.
Right. Not at all. Not even close. I mean, this woman, Dr. Russell, could barely walk, and she was still running circles around everyone. I mean, like, mentally. She was incredible. So I want you to watch for yourselves. We're just going to watch her testimony, and it's not too long. It's a little bit long, but Dan and I are going to talk through it. And hopefully this works. I have it set up. But you can see the judge, she's so condescending to this woman. The woman, she's older, like she's an elderly woman, and she talks a little bit slower. She's extremely brilliant. You can just tell she's very selective with her words. She is she pauses. I mean, this woman's not, she's not a judge. She's not a lawyer. She's not used to sitting here speaking in front of massive crowds, although she is published. Has major notoriety. But people are chastising her because she was selective with her words, and they keep saying, oh, she struggled. She didn't struggle with anything. She didn't struggle with, the only thing she struggled with was getting out of that tiny little witness bench.
Right. The judge at the end there, right at the end, where right before they excused her, they said that she was struggling. Well, actually, she had already been excused, and she went back and said that the witness was struggling, trying to come up with what she thought her opinion was, which was not true.
Right. The woman was trying to correct the judge, and the judge was just like, oh, you didn't mean that. You know, the way she kind of handled it was that way. So let's see. And
I want to add that she's also published to the public, obviously that was published, to dog bites.
Yes.
Specifically. And she knew that this was a large dog bite or attack or scratches.
Yes. Now, some of you might be bored, but so Dan and I watched this, during the day, and I can't go live during work hours. So, I'm doing this here after the fact. A lot of the YouTubers and bloggers go live with the trial, show the trial on their live feed, and comment on it. I don't like having the commentary while I'm watching it. I just like to watch it. So I'm doing this for people that are similar to me, that they'd rather watch it, the commentary later, if at all. So, I mean, some people may not even be interested in listening to my opinion on it, but I just wanted to put my opinion on the record because it's all I think about, and it's because of the overarching message and issue with the justice system and corruption. And I am not a conspiracy theorist. I have utmost respect for authority. I back the blue. I've always supported law enforcement, public safety. I respect my elders, but this whole case is an absolute shit show and a cover up. And it's covered up, in my opinion, by a very small group of people that have a lot of power, that know exactly what they're doing and knew exactly how to plant things so that the dominoes would fall exactly how they wanted to. And they're almost successful at it. I mean, they're hanging on by a thread now, but I mean, they've almost succeeded. The trial's not even over yet. The FBI investigation into the investigation is not even over yet. So we're not out of the weeds, but every single day that I watch and learn something new about the evidence, I am even more convinced that Karen is innocent and that this is a cover-up. Like, because of the shit, and this will be in a later podcast, but because of the shit that I and Dan have lived through politically, your mind would be blown. And most people that have not ever been involved in politics are like, there's no way that people are like that. It's hard to wrap your head around that it's that bad. But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It is really bad. And it's not every person. I'm not saying that everyone is corrupt. I was accused of being corrupt. It was a very naive thing of me to not understand why they were calling me this and that, and accusing me of this and that. But it is so, it's woven into the fabric of everything in politics, not just the Commonwealth, but predominantly here, because our roots in Massachusetts run so deep that, we've had friends for a lifetime. We've been, in California, it's not like that. When I went to California for grad school, even upstate New York, I went to Cornell for undergrad, and people were like, you're still friends with people from preschool? I'm like, yeah. They thought I was like an alien. And so my point is, like, that's not normal anywhere other than New England. It's just not normal. And I didn't know that because that's all I knew growing up. And my point is, like, these folks, the Albert family, the McCabe family, everyone, and people I know from Somerset. Like, their roots are so deep that there are good people and there are bad people, but the bad ones use those roots and they are invincible because they know how to work the system. They know who's who. They know everyone because the roots run deep. If you listen, I listened to this podcast about Buddy Cianci, and I was actually enamored by him. I think he was amazing, but I know he's a criminal. And when you listen to the podcast, they interview a lot of the mob members, and the criminals, and the politicians and other affiliated people that are still alive, and they run so deep. Even Buddy Cianci was wheeling and dealing with, like, he'd protecting people that were like his childhood friends that weren't even affiliated in a way politically. It's hard to explain, but it's just it's through and through here in New England, and this case is the epitome of it. And I pray to God that an example is made, because it has to stop before it starts. And I'm so sick of bad people getting away with, in this case, I think, murder. So I'm going to try to play this video, and Dan and I will be here through it. So hold on one sec. Let's see. I'm going to share the screen. And let's see, audio input. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to do this. Share screen. No, it's not. I don't know how to get it up there. All right, maybe it won't work. Just my luck.
Good. I don't think it's a good idea. I think we should just talk about it.
Yeah, I wish you guys could see it.
I think that'll make people's eyes glaze over. Let's just, this is bad enough right now with a lot of technical difficulties we're having. Let's just talk about it and get it out.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. I wish I had taken more notes.
Yeah, this was an impromptu live. Like, this was not planned. So, yeah. So, okay. So people can hear us.
Yes.
All right.
It's working?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying so hard, and I'm like bare bones. Like, it's not a real studio. It's just my laptop, and you saw the picture of it. But I'm trying, and I want so badly to be able to go live on all platforms, but I just don't think my computer and my Wi-Fi can handle it. So I'm just going to continue to do Facebook Lives. It's just easier. So, yeah. So this woman, she got up in this, I wish I could show you, but she got up, I'll put the link in the comments here. But this woman got up on the stand. Here, I'll put it on the comments right now. Okay. Paste. But Dr. Russell, she was so well spoken. She was brilliant. And at the end, so apparently during a voir dire, the judge can ask their own questions to the witness. And the judge wanted to know, because this is part of discovery, so hence the voir dire, but the judge wanted to know Dr. Russell's opinion on what the scratches were, what her ultimate opinion was, so that they're not surprised. And she said, I I might not word it right, but she said she has a high level of medical certainty. She used the term high level. I have a high level of medical certainty that these are dog bites and scratches. And the judge, Bev, corrected her and was so condescending and said, "Oh, you mean you have a reasonable level of certainty?" Like, no, that's not what she said. She said, "I have a high level of medical certainty, not a reasonable level." I don't know if that's splitting hairs, or I don't know if that makes an enormous difference in the outcome of allowing this witness to take the stand.
She changed her wording and then accused her of struggling trying to find what to say about it.
Yes. And then she said, when the witness left, Dr. Russell, she said to the lawyers that she was struggling to find the words. No, ma'am. You were struggling. You're not a doctor. You're a fucking judge. Stay in your lane. She was not struggling. She was being selective. She's an elderly woman that speaks a little bit slowly, but she's brilliant, and you can see it. It makes me so mad. That's why I'm here, like, on this live. I just wanted to tell people, like,
her credentials began around the same time, or just after most of us around our age were born. She's literally been in either law enforcement or forensics, or she got a doctorate. She's, she worked in the LA County prison system, and where they bring prisoners to, if someone's injured in jail or something like that, all these entities will all bring them to this one place. So she's seen pedestrian strikes, people that are coming in to be incarcerated or need to be checked out. It's just, the list goes on and on and on. And for her to say that she was struggling and then kind of belittled her and tried to make it sound like she didn't know what she was talking about, and it was just very disturbing.
It was very disturbing because and it's like I said in that quick live I did the other day, what's it going to take? What is it going to take? Like, the fact that, Karen Reed's attorneys, I'm 99.9% sure that they know exactly who killed John O'Keefe. They've said that before. I believe that they know, and I believe that they have proof. They haven't been able to present their case yet. We will see. They said wait for us, so we will see. And yeah, Jeff Leary's commenting. The Mass State Police accident reconstruction guy, in quotes, struggled enormously, and he has an associate's degree, and that is it. This woman was, her credentials, I'm like, she was at the police academy, she took different courses, she went to med school, she started at MIT. The list is incredible.
She did 2 residencies.
She was only required for 1.
Yeah, and most people only do 1.
Yes.
She was very, very decorated. Let's say that.
Yes.
And she knew exactly what she was talking about. There was no uncertainty in her voice.
None.
Her opinion, as far as I'm concerned, is gold. Let's just call her in as a witness and let's get this thing wrapped up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous that they're threatening to not allow her to testify.
And why does Bev need until Thursday to decide? Why can't you just decide? It's like, there should not be a question. And like Alan Jackson said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. The Commonwealth has also significantly delayed discovery for the defense.
Yeah, on different instances, yeah.
Yes. And what I loved is that he said, he gave the example of Jen McCabe. She gave her testimony, and the discovery came a week later. And the judge said, well, do you just want her to come back up to the stand? And Jackson's like, that's not the point. And he said, no, I've done enough. Oh, what did he say? He said, I've done enough damage with her. I'm done with her. Something.
Well, the discovery was dated before she took the stand, but it was given after she
Yes.
took the stand. It's just a circus.
Yep. So Jeff Leary apparently he thinks Higgins took a proffer, but I haven't seen the proffer. I'm sure he did, but
Somebody did.
yeah. But this shit eats me alive, you guys. When I tell you what happened to me and Dan several years ago, when I tell you and that's going to be a recorded episode podcast, so be on the lookout soon. We're working on locating a file. I have a whole file on it. But I might just do it without the file because I can't continue to look for it because it's all in my head anyway. We've moved way too much. So when I tell you every detail, I mean, we're going to go into every detail about what happened to us when I was in office. You will not believe. You won't believe it. And we're lucky. Like, things ended up okay. But you would not believe the lengths that people went to get us and to get people. It's hard to explain, but they were using me as a pawn to get to another police chief, to our police chief at the time, Chief McNeil. And it had a major negative impact on our family for no reason. And we're lucky things worked out the way they did, but it still had such a negative impact on our family. We got lawyers. We had a case, but I spent $1,000 for like just a handful of hours. And we had a case, but I can't afford that. That's insane. So thank God Karen found a way to finance these lawyers. Like, and I'm lucky that I didn't have to continue with that case. I mean, maybe I will someday. It was so bad. So, and mine was nothing compared to what Karen's dealing with. Like, mine was nothing but a big fucking deal and very unnecessary and has a ripple effect throughout the community and a ripple effect throughout my family and a ripple effect. We're still not over it. It's been 7 years. So this stuff needs to stop before it starts. And Karen Reed case and trial hopefully will be the beginning of the end. And, Maura Healey needs to wake up. She, I think, is, she was the Attorney General, but I think she's very Pollyanna. I'm sorry, Maura, you're a very wonderful woman and you're smart, but you're Pollyanna. Just from my experience, I haven't met with you directly, but just from my town and the filing of that frivolous lawsuit that you as the Attorney General imposed upon the owners of Brayton Point was completely derailed everything. I mean, it helped to derail everything. We're still catching up. The owners are still dealing with the group that you enabled by filing that lawsuit. I'm still angry about it because we're not out of the weeds in this town. I'm surprised we're not in a receivership right now. It's really bad. People just don't understand it, so they don't really pay attention. Oh, someone will handle it, but it's really bad. So this Karen Reed case eats me alive. And when I see this judge, berating, just being so condescending to this amazing witness and being so condescending to the lawyers, it drives me insane. So, I don't know. I had to tell you guys, I wanted to do so much more on this live, but as usual, I think I just need a more robust system, which won't happen. I can't afford it. But You know, I have all of the technology figured out. It's just not really quite working well. So I'll just continue to do Facebook Lives. Oh, Jeff, you said the line is busy. It's on. All right, if you want to call, it's on. I'll be here for a little bit. So, yeah, Jeff, I really hope she gets indicted. Bev gets indicted as well. I mean, one of the comments I made, so there was a woman in the group, the 50,000 plus group that I'm in on Facebook, and I don't know mostly anyone in the group, but everyone was on the same page. Like, how could she speak to that witness like that? That was so condescending, blah, blah, blah. But this one woman was like, oh my God, that witness was cringe. And like, she sounded so juvenile when she said that, but that witness was cringe. And it's like, no, she's an old lady. Like, she's a brilliant woman. And you're going to judge her by how she speaks? And my comment was, Stephen Hawking struggled to literally speak. Stephen Hawking struggled to actually speak. And he's not judged for his difficulty speaking. He is a genius, was a genius. I mean, and then this woman's like, oh, I didn't know. And she was getting all snide and snippy. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry. Are you judging me for how I speak now? Because she didn't like the way I worded it. And then she blocked me. So I'm like, all right, you're proving my point, but whatever. And all these people jumped in agreeing with me. And I think Bev is one of the typical females that I always talk about. Like, she's threatened by defeat. She's threatened. She's insecure. She's threatened by this old lady. It eats me alive. Oh, Amy, you need to catch up somehow because you will see the similarities between this case and Somerset. You will. You absolutely will. Yeah. I hope to God. Does my mic sound like it's coming? I hope it's working right. I am so mad, you guys. Like, I have worked hours on this setup and it's so frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. How do I have requests? Okay. Anyway, oh, yeah. Oh, good. Mike is perfect. Okay, great. She's too familiar with all the bad actors, so she's included to protect them. Oh, weird. The phone went to busy. I have to fix that. It must be... It's like a cheap-ass phone. I have to figure that out. I'm sorry, Jeff. Yeah, we got to catch you up, Amy. And I know which sociopath you're talking about. Jeff Leary knows what sociopath you're talking about, too. But that won't keep me away from this. I'm shocked she's on the right side of things. On a positive side of things, she is only doing it to hitch onto Turtle Boy's wagon. She hitched her wagon to Turtle Boy. That's only... And it's full of raw, so that gives her like a... I wish I didn't even say the name. But that gives her like an in. But I think if she was left to her own devices, she would not be on the free Karen Reed side. She would not. No way. So she's doing this for self-gain, in my opinion. So no, don't listen to her. It's fine, Amy. There's so many other people you can listen to. Turtle Boy's great. Like, he does an amazing job. Yeah, Jeff. It's like the first 2 years of Raw. Yeah, exactly. So, She hitched her wagon to you at one point, you know? Yeah. But she's got nothing. And when this trial's over, she'll go back to chasing ambulances. Because I'm doing this for fun. This isn't my job. I don't need to search for content. Yeah. I'm pissed my phone went to busy. I don't know what's going on. I'm having all sorts of trouble today. Oh my god. Yeah. I would watch today, Amy. I put the link in the comments. You wouldn't even believe. Well, I want to keep talking about this. Jeff, I'm so sorry you can't call in. Actually, you know what? You can call in because, hold on. I'm going to connect my other phone. All right. Jeff. Yeah, Erica, you're totally right. Yeah, Erica, yeah, she will go back to harassing me. So fucking sick of her. Everyone's sick of her. She just pretends she's amazing. I won't even say her name. Jeff, call my personal phone. Here, I'll direct message it to you because I'm not putting it on the internet. Because, people like to give that out and then yell at me for being mad that they gave it out. Fucking people, dude. All right, so here, Jeff, I'm messaging you my phone number. And send. All right, Jeff, I sent you my cell phone. I think you already have it, but call that cell phone. It's still sending for some reason. Strange. I think what's also funny is that yeah, Jeff. All right, my ringer's on. Okay. What's also funny is the microphones in the courtroom. The witnesses, the lawyers, like even the judge, they mutter things under their breaths, and they have no clue that they're on a hot mic. I mean, they know they're on a hot mic, but they think it's not being picked up because they whisper to themselves, and it's always picked up. It's like this microphone. They have very good quality microphones. And we had there was a state trooper yesterday that muttered. He was like dealing with answering questions for Lally and the Commonwealth, and he was like, "Oh, kill me," and he said, "Oh, kill me," and he whispered it, and it was great. Because no one wants to sit there and like they'd rather stab their eyes with forks than listen to Lally. Let's see. Couldn't send. All right, hold on. My computer doesn't like me today. Okay, Jeff, I sent you my number. My personal number, which I think you already have, and you may not be on the live anymore. Yeah. Kim, Lally literally puts me to sleep too. Like, I'll nod off when I'm watching it. I hope Jeff can get that to work, but yeah, he didn't know the laws of physics. Like, he was trying to ask questions to Trooper Paul, and you want to talk about cringe. My dad is rolling over in his grave. I talked about that in the live yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah. It's only been a couple days. That's one day. Oh, my God. Technical problems. I'm so tired of it. I wish I could get this to work. It'd be so much more fun. Let me see. Well, I think Jeff has left us for the day. Are you still there, Jeff? I also want to, like... Oh, no. I want to be able to change my background when if I want something more professional than this. This is a lot of fun, but I tried doing it with this OBS software, and it's just not that great, and it makes you look weird. So,
Lori Martin.
Here he is. Oh, Lori. Oh, wait. Hi. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. Oh, my God. I don't think it's going to work. Hold on a sec. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, there you are. I had to make.
It's not Jeff though. I want you to have time to talk to Jeff.
Yeah,
when you call in, it just doesn't. I don't even get a busy signal.
Okay, I think I know what the problem is. It's an old cheap phone. The plan might not have renewed. I don't even pay attention. So yeah, but you got me. Jeff,
okay, well,
Jeff isn't here right now.
From Jeff.
Yeah, no, you can stay because I don't even know if he's back on the live or what. But when he calls, I can just conference you guys in, so we're all on the call if you feel like it.
Well, I mean, all I have to say is I 100% agree with you about how brilliant that doctor is.
Right?
Unbelievable. She must be a nun. How can she have a personal life with all the degrees and all the different aspects that she ventured into in her life? Right.
I mean,
she gave me goosebumps. But I was like, oh my God.
Yes. It was... Her credential list was... You guys have to go see it. It's not long. Again, I put the link in the comments, but her credential list kept going, and then she's like, "Oh, I went to MIT." I'm like, "What?" And then, then I became a cop.
I saw that.
Then I became a doctor, of an actual medicinal, a medical doctor. What the fuck?
And oversaw not only one department, two in one shift.
Yes. I couldn't even keep track. That's why I'm still forgetting half of her credentials, because I couldn't keep track. I'm like, wait, she did what?
I was floored. I was absolutely floored. And like you said, she's an older lady. I don't think she misspoke.
Not at all.
I think, like you said, she was, very careful with her words.
Yes. And I've seen, I've been interviewed by older folks throughout my career. worked with older folks throughout my career, consultants. I've dealt with them in public service. Like, it's just, there's a certain way that she speaks. Like, that's just how she speaks. And, like, you can't belittle her for it.
Holly, I didn't hear that comment that you heard about, or maybe I didn't observe it when Bev was kind of like condescending to her. I missed that.
Yes.
But how dare she have the audacity to do that to that woman?
Yes. It was right at the very end of her testimony, the woman's testimony today. And she was like, she was trying to find the words. Dr. Russell was trying to find the words. And
the kids are in the pool. I'm not murdering anyone.
Okay.
I hope you can hear that.
That's okay. So you could see that she was trying to find the correct words. She wanted to be very succinct in her answer and clear. So she said, a high level of medical certainty. That's the way she worded it. And as she was trying to describe, like, think of the words, they were coming out of her mouth. She was like, a high level of certainty. She kind of said, and certainty. And Bev was like, you mean a reasonable level of certainty? And I'm like, medically, I don't know if that matters. Legally, it might matter if you use the different word, but Bev was so condescending, like putting the word relative in her mouth. It just pissed me off. And then when the witnesses, all three were done, they went outside, they were done. And Bev says, it was Lally, that he didn't think they were qualified.
Oh, I was watching it too, and I didn't hear that word, but I zone out.
Yeah, I zone out too. Yep.
So, that very well can be true. I just zone out sometimes when he talks because I can't take it.
Yes.
But your friend Jeff had said, I read on the comments, that, I don't recall the man's name yesterday. He was so cool. The Commonwealth's expert there, the trooper that's expert in vehicle recreation.
Oh, Guriano?
Was that his name?
The one at the end?
They're all bald.
Yeah. Oh, he was bald? The one you're talking about?
They all start to look alike. I don't think it was that guy.
No, it was not. He had hair.
Jeff had commented that he was kind of like, getting a little like anxious, like he couldn't handle Jackson.
Oh, it was Trooper Paul.
I found it hilarious. What is it? Yes.
Trooper Joe Paul. He was a disaster.
Look at, did you see his mannerisms when Alan was questioning him?
Yes.
He was, slowly falling apart. I feel bad for the dude because you could actually watch his composure just decompose.
Yes, and he was rubbing his legs like nervous.
Yeah, and moving his hands.
Yeah.
He was getting tics almost.
Yep. And he couldn't form a sentence. You can't tell me that guy's qualified and this doctor's not. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's just hilarious.
That's
just, it's laughable. I mean, it is. And then Riley says things are laughable all the time. That is laughable.
Yes, and the judge actually, not today, but yesterday got pissed when he said laughable. So I was like, okay, she's finally getting annoyed with Lally, but today was just...
No, I think she finally got it because she didn't like Proctor.
Yeah.
She let the defense go with way more stuff than she had prior because she didn't like that guy.
Right.
As a judge, I would hope you don't.
Right. And, Erica said, can someone explain to me how this got past a grand jury to go to trial? That's what everyone's asking. And I don't know how that works, but I think it's because of the judge and the DA. They forced it through.
I think they all lied to the grand jury because none of the testimony to the grand jury is lining up to what the testimony
it's not
fine for right now.
Yep, and I think the DA has to do with it. Whatever Meatball, whatever his real name is,
Michael Morrissey.
Yep, he's in on it.
He's in trouble.
He absolutely.
They're all getting investigated.
Yep, and it is not far fetched to think that DA is corrupt. It is not far fetched to think. Trust me. I don't know this particular DA, but I know of some other happenings in another DA office. Some are wonderful, some are not, but it's not far-fetched.
I know a district attorney, and I'm not going to name any names, but I spoke to them earlier, no details, and they just said, it's the most unethical thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wow.
And that's all I'm going to say. It is, though.
Well, see, it's good to hear that fellow DAs are agreeing. And it's good to hear, like, a lot of fellow police officers are agreeing that Karen's innocent and that everything's a shit show.
Well, did you see Barrows on the stand?
Yes, amazing.
I am so proud of him.
Amazing.
I think other than Nick Barrows and the Sullivan sister are the only ones who spoke the truth on the stand.
Yep. Yep. And it's not that the other experts didn't speak the truth, it's that they were just misguided. They weren't part of this cover-up. Everyone, like, they were given bad evidence, they were given tampered evidence, they were given lies. So you can only do so much with what you're given, and it all originates with Proctor and the DA. So, and the Albert,
they have
and the
a job to do.
McAlberts.
I think they did their job.
Yep, they did what they had to do, and they did what they're supposed to do. But like Alan Jackson said, and I actually used this phrase once, you can't fit a square peg in a round hole. And that's what that idiot, Trooper Paul, sorry, Trooper Paul, but you're terrible. That's what he was trying to do, is to force an outcome. They were trying to force an outcome that they knew wanted to be achieved.
Well, it's also like, I think it was Jackson too, who had said, I don't know if it was during the trial or pre-trial, he said, you can't unrub the layup. You can't put the genie back in the layup. I'm like, oh my God, this is great.
He's so good. Yep.
Now, there was a lot of, I was surprised about what the Commonwealth was going after today.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching all the pre-trials. I've been watching the pre-trials for over a year.
You have, yeah.
And the defense, the Commonwealth has been ordered to provide all this evidence for that, what is it, Discovery 14 or 17?
Yep.
14.
Yep.
And they never handed it over.
What?
And now all of a sudden, they're a day late and they're going to hop on it? It's because they know the case is over.
Exactly. That's kind of what Jackson said today. He's like, look, this is a theme with the Commonwealth. They're consistently late. We didn't file a motion. We didn't complain about it. We just dealt with it and moved forward.
And this is not the first time the defense has said this. I mean, maybe nationally it's the first time that anybody's heard it.
Yep.
But usually Liza Little used to argue that.
Yes.
And she's a force too.
Yeah, from what I can tell. And you've been watching.
Karen Reed she's got the dream team. She really does.
Yeah. Yep. I wonder now if it's a little too late, but the Commonwealth can start filing motion. I mean, the defense can start sticking it to the Commonwealth. Like, okay, if we're going to play this game, we're going to file a motion every time you fuck up. Every time you violate something. We're not going to be nice anymore. But it's a little too late because it's almost over.
Talking to Holly, honey. There's another thing I wanted to point out, too. And I think you already said this, but I was in and out. That Dr. Wolf,
yes,
who took the stand today,
yes,
his credentials were amazing,
insane, all three of them,
unbelievable. Yes.
Oh my God, it was. He looked young. These people are incredible.
But I don't know if you noticed, and this is what I thought, the impression that I got when Dev's like, well, I can ask questions. And she started questioning Dr. Wolf about what parameters he had, who gave that such parameters. I thought for sure she was going to try to implicate the defense, saying that they were doing something dirty, so that she could sanction the defense on the whole purpose of today. And he looks right at the judge and says, well, and he kind of waits a minute. And he's like, the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I was I was on the seat of I really was on the seat of my chair, because I'm like, oh no, did the defense really do something bad? Nope.
Yep. That was just incredible. I want to watch that again.
But I really hope that she allows some of it.
She has to. That you can't unring the bell. Everything's already out into the public. If she doesn't
But the
allow
jurors
it,
need to see this.
they do. And
The
if she
jurors
doesn't,
need to see it.
they do. And if she doesn't allow it, it's just going to make it worse for her. And so I think she will allow it. She'll put some restrictions on what they can say. But I don't know why she needs till Thursday.
No.
And then why did she tell Lally he has time to get an expert to rebut the dog injury expert? Like, are you kidding me?
He already had it.
Right. It's done.
No, but he can give another shot. You know, everybody gets a trophy these days.
Little pat on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's and then she wants to hurry it up as if like someone's life isn't on the line.
It's Lally asking, well, you know, what did you have for lunch when you were in second grade?
Yeah.
Did you brown bag it? You know what I mean? Seriously.
Yeah, it's the truth.
And then it's almost like she takes it out on Yannetti.
She does.
Like, with a...
Yeah, she does. She yells at them and, yep.
I don't know.
What, if any, how many fruit snacks did you get in your lunch in your brown bag?
That is a very good question. That pertains to the case.
At what age were you when you were in 7th grade?
I usually use a very off-color one, but I'm not going to use that. But yeah, and then, like, you're letting him take his time with things, and how cold was it? Like, is she trying, like, is Lally trying to set the note that nobody who lives in a climate that's familiar with snow, do they not know what snow is? I mean, I get it. I mean, some people, maybe they don't know snow.
Right.
But I think that they would be petrified of it if it was an inch.
Right.
So why are they, like...
Is the apron shoveled?
I really don't think it was the apron. But why? Okay, here's another one. All right, the mirrored... We all know that footage was mirrored.
Yep.
But why is it that when they drove the Lexus in, there was already snow on the ground?
Snow. I don't understand that either.
In a heated carport.
Right. Right.
So how is the snow already there? I don't know.
That
made
no... I think because they doctored the video, the car was already there. They had to re-drive it in to make it look like they were just really, really bad.
Yeah, that's exactly
actors.
what happened. The snow on the ground was them dusting that car off, and they had to re-drive the car back in, and they shoveled it, making it look like, oh, it was just snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but it doesn't snow in my garage, and my garage isn't heated.
Yeah, and it's not like they just took a car from another case and drove it in there in the snow in the last hour at 3 a.m. and then dusted it off and then switched it out. That's not what happened. Like, there wasn't another car in there.
No.
They put her fucking car in there with the snow on it. The snow came off, and then to appease their own doctored video, they had to redo it and drive the car back in for the video's sake.
And then mirror it? Like, what?
Yeah, because they wanted to make it look like the car showed up later than it did, and they wanted it to make it look like they were looking at the back left side, not the back right side.
That's a shame, isn't it?
That's what I think happened, yeah. Yep.
No, I agree. Oh, I agree 100%.
And they thought they could get away with it because they have those deep roots. They've been doing this their whole lives. They've been getting away with almost murder, practically. I mean, maybe in this case.
They have their hands in everything.
Yep. And it's
right down to the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office.
Yep. Yep.
I'm doing a little bit of thinking about what actually happened with that. Was it a 14-year-old girl?
Yes.
And the state police. I like I said, I'm going to leave everything vague because I don't want to say anything that will make an accusation or anything. But it's very curious to me, and it seemed to involve some of the same officers that are involved in this case. Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It does.
That just shows corruption right there.
And then during the pretrial stuff, when we learned that the FBI was actually involved,
Yep.
there were a lot of arrests made. I think, don't quote me, I think it was a Boston police district with bribery.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it was the Massachusetts State Police. I think it was the Boston district.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there were a lot of arrests made as far as bribery. I'm not sure about that,
Yeah.
but I thought I saw something in the Boston Globe about that, and this is like 6-7 months ago.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like I said, I wasn't sure which entity it was, but I didn't want to make any exact accusations I wasn't sure about. But yeah, that it's all
me
very
too, me
curious, very curious to me, and very suspect.
Yeah.
But this is but that bribery thing is a whole different, leg of a case. I don't think that relates to anything that we've been talking to tonight. But
Right.
I think the hammer is going to come down because now Massachusetts has caught the eye of not only the whole country,
Yep.
but globally.
Yes.
And I'm embarrassed.
So am I. I mean,
this country was built supposedly from this state and our
yep.
goals.
Yep.
And no taxation without representation, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
And now we look like the laughing stock of the world.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm very proud to be from Massachusetts.
Me too.
I don't know about you guys, but I
Yeah.
am. And
Yep.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm proud of our deep roots. I'm proud of, our history. I'm proud of the history even in Somerset. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
incredible. And, but these corrupt people ruin it. And it's the same in Somerset. It's the same in Somerset. They ruin it.
Guys, you all.
Well, the cool thing...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it, Lori.
Go ahead, Laura.
I'm from Swansea, but a cool thing in Swansea is we'd go behind the junior high, and as a science experiment, we would just start digging behind the junior high to look for arrowheads.
Yes. Yeah.
The roots run deep in this part of the country.
It's incredible. It really, really
King
is.
Philip's War, and then you go
Yep.
to Dighton Rock, and
Yep. Yep.
What was it you were saying the other day, Holly, about people from Swansea? What was it you were saying?
What?
Well, you were saying something really bad about people from Swansea.
that's okay. That's
He's
okay.
just kidding.
No.
That's okay. That's okay.
He's
We
stirring the
don't have a
pot.
football team anymore. We don't have a football team anymore, so
I know.
don't
It
think there
makes
should
me
be a
so
rivalry.
sad.
Wait a minute.
I
You don't
know.
have a football team?
We never had a football team.
Well, so you mean we don't? I don't think they're working on that still. But
Yeah, I think they are.
I was really upset about that whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
That's another episode.
I was very upset about that.
Yeah.
And the coach of the Somerset team went to case. Just saying. Not to add him or anything. But no, it was really cool. That was as a kid, it was cool to, you basically go in your backyard. You can find an arrowhead from King Richard's war.
Yes. Yes.
Like they're teaching you in school, and it was it just sparked imagination and I want to go outside.
Yep.
Not like today.
Yeah.
But as far as deep roots go, I think Massachusetts, is one of the deeper ones.
Yeah, these deep roots are scary because it's everywhere, and it's hidden, but it's everywhere. And what I'm afraid of is what I'm embarrassed about. Like you said, you were embarrassed. Is it took someone from California to come over here and expose these deep roots and this corruption.
Right.
And we live with it every single day, all around, and it's really curious to me is how deep does it go? Because it's on a local level here too.
Yeah.
So
That's a great question.
Yep, because the good roots run deep and the bad roots run deep, and it just depends on the person and how you use it.
And as a gardener, I'll tell you, the weeds are a lot harder to pull out than the good ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true because they stay. They don't go anywhere.
But you pull them out, they come right back.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a great metaphor because that's what's happening in Somerset.
I'm not getting into the Somerset stuff. I'm relating it to the Norfolk County at this point.
Exactly.
Going back to that, there was something else I wanted to bring up to you if you have the time. Of course, it's going to take me a minute. You talk, and then I'll figure it out.
Hurry up, Lori. Dinner's ready.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. What's for dinner?
Tacos. Taco Tuesday.
Oh, I know. I have tons of hamburgers that we have to cook, so we're having hamburgers tonight. Again.
Oh, that's good.
Taco Tuesday.
I got to figure out this. Well, I'm glad the Facebook Live worked, but I'm aggravated that the other stuff isn't working the way I wanted.
I did just want to call and let you know, like, my experience with the calling in.
Yeah.
But we ended up talking. But there was something else. Oh, okay. This is awful, and I know you don't want to like mention Turtle Boy on your show, but I just did.
Oh, it's fine.
Saturday night show. He has this whole like metaphor for Jackson. He's got this whole song, and it's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I don't mind mentioning him. You can talk about him all you want. He's great.
So he is awesome.
Yeah.
But he's got this whole Alan Jackson song called Boom Boom.
Oh, I think I heard that. Someone posted it.
It's amazing. It's so funny because I love Alan Jackson so much.
He's so great. I'll have to go look at it. I think if it's the same one that I heard, maybe, but like I'll go check out his feed. That's hysterical.
Like I don't suggest like watching it in front of little kids.
No.
But other than that, it is hilarious.
It must be the one.
The case.
It has to be the one because it's all I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yes.
What is that the Alan Jackson Ministries? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I've heard of that.
When he's imitating Colin. Pull up, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
In the background, you've got these, like, almost sounds like early 90s singers going, boom, boom. It's awesome. Epic.
Well, then there's it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Alan Jackson, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard that one. I'll find that.
Oh, Alan Jackson, yeah. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Hey, Tristan says, thanks for the tacos. He just commented on them. That's so funny.
Mm.
Oh.
He's downstairs. I think.
Yeah, eating my tacos.
Oh, no. All right. We'll do this together another day.
Yeah, we just got more viewers all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on.
I am pretty
awesome.
awesome.
I made tacos. They all want my...
Yeah, right? I don't make burgers.
Oh, that's great. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to think of the other thing I wanted to say, but just to recap today, in my opinion, you were absolutely right. That woman was absolutely brilliant, and the other two were absolutely brilliant.
They were incredible. I
cannot believe that she's even considering throwing out their testimony because they were late submitting it for discovery when the prosecution did that for 2 years.
It makes me so fucking mad.
It's unbelievable.
It makes me so mad.
It makes you wonder if she's biased enough to even be involved.
Yeah.
Well, she was already asked to leave the case.
Yeah, because of the Cape House. Auntie Bev. Yeah.
Just because it says Beverly in Venmo,
She spelled it wrong or
whatever it is that they were using, it doesn't mean the person that was paying her didn't spell her name wrong.
Right. I wonder. It's so cool how is Turtle Boy getting all of this, like, for the past couple of years? How has he been getting this information so quickly? Like, do you know? Like, how does he do that?
I don't know him.
Yeah.
I think, I started following Turtle Boy because of not Good Morning American. I think it was the NBC show in the morning there.
Oh.
Today.
Yeah, the Today Show, yeah.
She was on the Today Show, and somebody from Swansea had posted something on the Swansea page and said, did anybody look at this? How could you think this woman was guilty?
Yep.
So I looked at it, and I'm like, Keaton, that's in the backyard. Mm-hmm. Yard. So, I ended up looking into it, and I found Turtle Boy, and I started watching that, and here we are.
It's pretty incredible how he's been.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
But I don't think it's his job to investigate things. He doesn't have, I mean, other than his children, which are a full-time job, obviously.
Yeah.
This is his job, so I think he's just dug into it. I do not think that they've fed him information. I think he's just a really good reporter.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I saw Karen Reed speak for the first time today, believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, she said that she's a very outspoken person, and she started talking, and I was like engaged right away because she seems so energetic, and like she was saying, I'm an open book. I want to get up, and she's actually, from what I was seeing in this interview, was that it hasn't been ruled out where she gets up and defends herself.
She
and fills
may
in
get
some
up on the
holes.
stand. Yeah.
She may, eliminate some truths, and some falsities that she feels that need to be filled in.
Yep.
I've had arguments with people saying that she shouldn't take the stand.
Yeah.
And my opinion is if she does, she can handle it.
Yeah, absolutely. I
She
agree.
can handle Lally.
Obviously, she's very well educated. She's handled this far. My far-fetched opinion that John O'Keefe is still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, the poor girl. She, I didn't mean to cut you off. She's got all this, all this stuff about her private life. Her balloon knot. That's just embarrassing. It's horrible. It shouldn't be out there.
Horrible.
It's this case is gonna change everything in the state.
I hope it does.
It needs to.
Yeah.
She should have rights. Innocent until proven guilty, right? And then you have the lead investigator saying all this nasty stuff. They're going on national TV and admitting it, which, I mean, in a way, was fantastic for her case. But
it was good
how
for her, yeah. It was good for her.
Humiliating is it? I have a personal family member with Crohn's disease, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
The bag and all that stuff, it's very embarrassing. But to have that being spoken publicly, well, globally. But, I personally, if I were Karen Reed, I would sacrifice that too. I would sacrifice that, that secret, that privacy to bring him down. To bring the fucker down, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And then to support, when you're looking for nudes and you're saying that to your superiors.
Right.
Well, I can't rule out that I may have been looking for some nudes too.
Oh,
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ. Oh, my God. He's joking.
I know that.
Oh, boy.
I'm sure everybody else does too.
Kind of.
Yeah. Oh, God. Hey, let's go eat some tacos.
Yeah, you guys go eat some tacos.
Okay.
Thanks. Awesome.
All right. Thanks
to talk to you.
guys.
I'm glad you called.
You too.
Say hi to John. Say hi to John for me.
I will. Have a great night, guys.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.